Shalom everyone, it's called Torah. We will discuss today Parashat Beha'alotecha that we will read this Shabbat. At the beginning of this Parashat, the Torah commands Moshe to tell Aaron that he is in charge on kindling the menorah every day at the tabernacle. And it's very interesting to note that it seems to be a very nice commandment that he will need to kindle the menorah, but it also comes, by the way, as a reflection on last week's Parsha. Last week's Parsha, the Torah describes at the end, in a very long and detailed way, the sacrifice and the gifts that the head of the tribes brought for the dedication of the tabernacle. Every tribe from the 12 tribes brought a sacrifice to celebrate the opening ceremony of the tabernacle. But there was one tribe that did not. That was the tribe of Levi. Aaron's tribe, Moshe's tribe. They did not bring a sacrifice. And Rashi picks on the idea that last week's Parsha, Aaron is not mentioned and his tribe is not mentioned. And here in this Parsha, Aaron is the star. So Rashi says that, you know what, there is a link, there is a connection between the last week's Parsha and this week's Parsha. And the connection is that when Aaron saw all the tribes and all the heads of the tribes bringing all those sacrifices and gifts to the tabernacle, and he saw that he is not called to do the same, he was sad. He was frustrated. He was disappointed of himself. He thought to himself, I'm probably not worthy, and that's why I am not called, and also my tribe, so it's my fault. So therefore, Rashi says, Hashem told Moshe, tell Aaron, don't worry about it. You have even a better deal. You're going to kindle the menorah on a daily basis. So what's exactly the compensation here? What exactly is the message here? So let's digress for a second. We all know that in our lives, in whatever we do, in whatever we're involved with, there is always what I will call the opening ceremony, the excitement, when it's new and it's fresh and everyone is excited. And then there is the daily routine. Now, what is the most important thing? So many people would say it's the opening ceremony. Without the opening ceremony, you have nothing. However, I would like to suggest that the opening ceremony is important. But more importantly is the daily routine. When you do something on a consistent basis, and I will explain. How many times in our lives we started something, and we made an announcement that we're going to start it, and we're going to start a new project, a new task, a new goal, a new year resolution. But where is the test for all of those initiatives? It's the day-to-day routine. Now, the day-to-day routine can be, boring. It's something that, I do every day, so what's the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday? The difference between Tuesday and Wednesday depends on us. How can we see a routine in a new perspective every day? This question, by the way, is not only a religious question, which means how do I daven the same davening 3 times a day and still feel connected, still feel that it talks to me, still feel that it's new to me. It's not only the religious realm. It's also in every relationships we have. May it be with our spouses, may it be with our employees, may it be with our fellow teammates. How do we rejuvenate? How do we renew things that we do on a daily basis? And I think that the secret to it is kindling the menorah. Every day, you do the same thing, but with a different candle. You do the same thing, but with a different intent in mind. You do the same thing with a different feeling about what you do, because you learn and you grow. The beauty of kindling the menorah is Like Rashi says, until the flame would go by its own. It's this idea of kindling yourself, or should I say rekindling ourselves every day of our lives. So no day will be identical to the day before or to the day after. And that was the real gift to Aaron. Yeah, the head of the tribes brought sacrifices, brought gifts to the dedication of the tabernacle. They were the celebrities of the opening ceremony. But who remembers that after that? Where was their commitment to the tabernacle? It was Aaron and his tribe and his routine and consistent commitment that brought that kindling of the menorah to the highest levels, to, according to the Ramban, to the miracle of Hanukkah that we celebrate forever. This is the power of consistency. This is the power of continuity. This is the power of the commitment to the small things that make a huge difference. Thank you.